Good now, everybody, and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show. It's Monday, it's June 24th. I'm your host, Evan Mann, and it is time for helpful news, commentary, and of course, answers to your crypto questions. I know you got a lot of crypto questions today because the markets are down bad. We're down pretty bad. Bitcoin is looking at almost 60,000. Looks like we've lost about $100 billion in volume from the financial markets. But you really wouldn't know we're having such a bad time if you're over in some of the consumer crypto applications. I was hanging out on Farcaster and Farhouse yesterday with Tori and some new friends over there. Last week I attended a showcase for Seed Club, the Consumer Crypto Accelerator's 7th cohort, where people are building everything from nails that you can use like a business card that have NFTs attached to websites to gamify everyday experiences and draw people deeper into their sense of community, whether online or off. So in that sense, we're like up only. It's a very interesting time when the promise of cryptocurrency is coming to fruition, even as the price of many cryptocurrencies is frankly in the toilet. So if you're just joining us, this is my reminder to tell you that we're here every Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We don't go anywhere. Alex and I are holding down the fort one way or another, even if one of us is traveling like he is today, though he will be joining us. That's my good friend and colleague, Mr. Alex Popovic. And we're also everywhere else you like to be too. You can find all our links at theriseupmorningshow.com. Each of these episodes is uploaded to YouTube. As is, you can catch the recording. You can join the newsletter to get any links, tips, tricks that we mention once a week. And then, of course, you can join the conversation in the Discord community too, where it's live 24/7. Jump in the general chat. If you've got a question about a project, like, is this a scam? Post a link there. It's totally free. We'd love to have you. Plus, we have the opportunity to take courses, coaching with all of us, that kind of thing coming soon, all in the context of a community where you can get to know, like, and trust other people, learning just like you. So check it all out, theriseupmorningshow.com, and let me know what you're up to today. It's great to see everybody here. Tori, I look forward to seeing you soon. Put out some links. Chad, always a pleasure. CJ, happy to have you here, man. Let me know how you guys are feeling, what you're thinking about. I was going to just do a quick roundup of the news, and I was going to tell you too, I am testing out this new tool. I don't know if you guys have seen this on your corner of TikTok. I swear to God, this is not sponsored. I should sponsor. I think I have the opportunity to put this in my TikTok shop, and it could be sponsored by this tool called Plod. It's not sponsored yet because this is my first time using it. I saw it on TikTok and it looked kind of cheap, but then I got one and it really impressed me with like all the packaging, and the app that comes with it actually seems pretty robust for as simple as it is. This is as Web3 as crypto. This is a product that uses GPT as the base layer to deliver a really cool utility. The same way your favorite consumer crypto project might use the Ethereum network to deliver a really cool utility with their dApp. What it does is it's got like a record button, that's it. You press to hold, recording starts. Press it again, recording stops. It records conversations, classes, etc. And automatically when you turn the recording off, in the background, it sends the recording to GPT, gives you a full transcript with timestamps, editable. It gives you a summary that looks like somebody's nice notes from a meeting. And then it gives you this visualization, this mind map. I'm not as excited about the mind map. Personally, it just looks like they were looking for a bonus feature. But I was thinking to myself, for the show, how cool is it going to be when instead of having to go back and watch the recording or take notes and say, like, what the hell did we talk about? What links did we use? Who were the guests? What were their handles? And like go and click and search for all of it or write it down somewhere. It's already going to have it typed up for me. When I want to do the newsletter at the end of the week, I'm just going to copy and paste. It's going to be so great. I hope. I will let you know how it goes. This is my first time testing it today. But I wanted to turn you on to it because when I downloaded the app, I realized there were only like a few thousand users. And the videos I've seen on TikTok make it seem like everybody knows about this thing. It's like Hawk Tui, like it's everywhere. But But I'm trying it out, and it seems like you can get it on TikTok Shop pretty cheap. It's not in my shop. I haven't put it there yet because I haven't tried it yet. But I will if I like it. Sonoran, it's so good to see you. Thank you for hanging out here. Did I see Alex, or that looked like it could have been Mac. Handsome white guys, I have a hard time telling the difference. Jessica, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. Do give the screen a tap if you've got your thumbs at the ready, not because I need it for the ego, but because it does help the algorithm let other people on TikTok know that this is a helpful place for their crypto news. Speaking of crypto news, I know you've got some questions. I'm going to whip up Crypto Panic and see if we can't get a quick summary of what's going on, why things are down, and just generally, let's speak some peace into the situation. Sounds like we're at church or something. Let's speak some peace into this. Also, I don't think I plugged it, but one of the links you'll find at theriseupmorningshow.com is, it should be, if it's not there, I will add it, a link to join us over on Warpcast. A lot of people like to ask when they're investing in crypto, especially for the first time, what do I buy? What should I buy right now? What's gonna go up in value? If you have $5 to spend, what you should buy is the year's subscription to Farcast or Warpcast. Like, join a platform where there aren't any bots. People like Tori are there every day, and not just people like Tori or people like me, the Rise Up Morning Show community. I know, because my reaction to it is like, what, another app to join? I get it. But if you have to choose between like Twitter and Warpcast, I would say go choose Warpcast. It'll cost you $5. And you will be talking with people who are building cool crypto stuff right now. And I think that is most of the time a better investment than throwing that $5 at a token whose founders you don't personally know, whose utility you're guessing at or trying to learn about from influencers who at best work here, but most of the time aren't involved with building this stuff themselves. This is like going straight to the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Warpcast. I like it. We like the stock, as they say. Sonoran says, stay cool today. It's going to be hot in the desert. Oh, monsoon rains. Wow. Oh, that sounds wild. I hope you get something to cool you off. I hope it's not treacherous. But yes, stay cool. It's very hot here in Memphis too. We've had an ozone warning for the last couple of days because the heat has been intense. And Tori is right. If you do join Warpcast, come find one of us so we can help bring you into some of the spaces. It's absolutely a clunky onboarding experience if you don't know somebody, but you know somebody. This is your behind the scenes. Come behind the scenes of what's happening in blockchain with us. That's what we want to do with you. What should I buy is such an old question. Come behind the scenes with us and meet the people who are actually doing stuff here. And then you will know so much better if you want to buy something and if you want to buy what it might be. You know what I mean? You with me? You picking up what I'm putting down? Ooh, a desert landscaper. Oh my gosh, Sonoran, you're out there all day. But I also bet you know how to stay cool. I bet you're covered. I bet you take plenty of breaks. I bet you get plenty of good water. And I bet you make some beautiful landscapes. That sounds like a really wonderful job. Some of my favorite landscapes are in the desert. I'm a big fan of sagebrush. I'm a big fan of yucca. I'm a big fan of sago lilies. All that good stuff out there. Dooms, welcome. So good to see you. Fountain Hills, Arizona. Yeah, I love the Southwest United States. Lady Money, thank you so much for joining. Everybody's coming in. Everybody's trickling in. We still don't have Alex yet. We're waiting for him to touch down. He's coming back from a weekend with his friends. He's on a layover. But please do say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And let me know what's going on while I pull up the crypto news here. I'm going to go to Crypto Panic. And I'm also going to go to CoinDesk. If you're not familiar with it, Crypto Panic is a news aggregator, kind of like a Reddit of crypto news. It upvotes, downvotes stories based on what people are interested in. People upvote and downvote stories, I mean to say. It doesn't do anything because it's a machine. And let's see if we can't get a scoop. Oh my gosh. Mt. Gox is going to begin repayments next month, returning over 140,000 Bitcoin to victims of the 2014 hack. Wow, that's good news. Let's see. Let's wait for the page to become responsive. Let me close some tabs because my computer's chugging along at break bit speed. The good news is I did pull the trigger. I've got a new iPhone on the way. Not a new one, a new to me one. I've got a refurbished iPhone 14 Pro on the way. It's going to be like driving a spaceship when we get on these lives. Can you guys imagine what that's going to be like? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So one part of the tech stack is getting upgraded, with many thanks to everybody who has helped contribute to the cause. We're getting Evan a phone from this century. That's not the only news today. I've got some more news for you, but I'm going to wait for Alex to get here. Just know I'm excited to be here with you and share the news today. Okay, so this is interesting. We've got a lot of really good market conditions, like I said earlier. Telegram is in so many words crypto's adoption machine, along with Coinbase, the smart wallet. Mt. Gox is releasing payments for Bitcoin in July. We've got the ETH ETFs approved in the wake of the Bitcoin ETFs approved. We've got the SEC dropping its lawsuit against the Ethereum ETF. We've got private blockchains handling over $1 trillion in transaction volume in a month. And nobody understands then, why is the market down? Why are things so red? I got to tell you, nobody knows. Absolutely nobody knows. Absolutely nobody knows. If anybody tells you that they know, I think there are a lot of things that we could speculate about. I don't see anything here that makes me think this is why it's happening at this very moment. I'm sure there are a lot of things we could speculate about, but this is a good example of why, if the dip just keeps on dipping, the important thing to do is get conviction, right? Either way. Are you convicted? And if you're not, how can you spend time to gather that conviction? The telltale sign that you may be convicted and you may not know it is that you're feeling a little worried right now. If you're feeling a little worried, that's totally natural. But maybe you're overexposed. Maybe you're underexposed. In moments like this, honestly, lately, when it's red like this, I feel a sense of, I won't say anxiety, but a sense of urgency. Because I am probably underexposed. Especially to assets like Bitcoin. Boy, I wish I had more Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had been in a position to accumulate more Bitcoin when, for the last 2.5 years, it was just in the toilet. So that's my conviction. That's what I'm doing. I am convicted about that. I know it based on what the market is showing me. My thesis about the market hasn't changed. And we could explore what would have to happen for it to change. But, it would have to be a lot. I'm pretty convicted. I'm pretty convicted. And to be fair, I see one side of the narrative because I see so much of the good stuff happening here and so much of the people who are trying to build incredible, cool stuff here. And I see that everybody largely who's making time to comment thank you is feeling that, right? I get it. It's a day to buy today. And not everything is a token to buy today. I'll give you another example from another side of my portfolio. One of the few tokens that I have purchased in addition to Bitcoin in the last year that I spent any kind of money on, that I've moved assets to acquire, has been a token called AIT. It's an AI token. It's like number 1500 on CoinGecko. It's tiny. It's got like millions of dollars in market cap. It's nothing. And when I looked at it, I remember thinking, this is totally a Fugazi narrative token, meaning I don't think it needs a token. I think it mostly is capitalizing on a narrative and on hype. But I heard about it from Mac, and I respect Mac tremendously. He's a personal friend of mine. So it's not just like, scrolling through TikTok and there's Mac Lorden, but it's like, I can talk to him in a more personal way and hear straight from his mouth why he might like this or that. And as part of your research, having people personally who are paying attention to things, that's one of the benefits of being in like the Discord community, is you're going to meet people who are into different stuff than you that you'll get to know personally over time. You'll get to know this person researches like I do or they don't. They're going to be able to send you a link or something. It accelerates your learning process. So I was like, this seems like a fugazi, but it also seems like something that's well positioned to capitalize on a narrative that is in front of people and getting a lot of attention right now. So I'll move some over there. And I swapped some assets and picked up some AIT. This asset has gone from like a couple of cents to about $1.20, I think was its high. And now it's down at like 6 cents again. And let me tell you what, when a chart looks like this for a new token, for an altcoin, whether it's a meme coin or a legitimate altcoin where somebody is building a company, when a chart looks like this, at least 50% of the time, probably more, it never goes back up again in a meaningful way, in my experience. Take that for what it's worth. That's anecdotal. It's not an analysis of every token on CoinGecko. But I feel confident enough to tell you that when you see a token do this, the less likely it is to do this again. Just generally speaking. I don't have any conviction in that token. I don't have any reason to believe that the founders are going to deliver on their promised utility, and I don't have any reason to believe, now that the chart looks like this, even though AI is a prevalent narrative, when people come into the crypto space, they're going to hear two things about that token. They're either going to hear it's still promising, and because the price is low, it's a good opportunity to buy, or they're going to hear it's over, right? And because the chart looks like this, it becomes a lot harder to tell the story that you're early, it's up only. This is what happened with ICP. Everybody who hears about ICP goes to CoinGecko and looks at the chart, and they see this. And then just a long tail of nothing. And however good the tech is, however many people might use it, most people who are coming to our space to spend money to make money are looking at a chart like that saying, as opposed to a chart that looks like this. People get excited about charts that look like this, or charts that look like this, that look like they're about to go like this, or charts that have gone like this over time. Bitcoin is an exciting chart to look at because if you zoom out far enough, this is all it does, That's an asset I just don't have conviction in. I don't know the team. I don't think the product is like a serious thing. If AI continues to remain relevant and it can position itself as a relevant product in the AI narrative, then I'll probably be able to break even, no problem. And it's no big deal. I'm not like losing money that I would have spent on groceries or something anyway. It was money that was already crypto. But that's another example of the kind of conviction you can be building right now. You see what I mean? Let me know what you think about that. And let me know what you're thinking about this time right now generally. How do you feel in terms of conviction? Because I'd like to know. Has your conviction changed because the markets are down? And also, I know a lot of folks in here are in the Discord community, our Discord community, but if you're not in a community of people and you're tuning into this show or other shows on TikTok every day, I highly suggest you get in a room where you can chat with people and build real relationships with them and then accelerate your learning journey. That is the fastest, easiest, safest way to learn about cryptocurrency. I promise you. It's a space that's rife with scams and schemes. You don't have to spend any money to do it. And if you need a community like that, then you can tap my face. Or you can go to theriseupmorningshow.com and you can jump in our Discord community. It's always going to be a free place to come in that general chat. Ask us a question. Me, Alex, one of our friends in the community, everybody here wants to learn this stuff a little better, have fun while we do it, stay safe, all that stuff. If I had more money, Wally says, I'd be buying Jupe. Let me tell you what, Wally. Jupe is one of the, there are a few tokens that I would accumulate more of. Jupe is one of them. For me personally, I just don't think there's a hotter DEX in the game right now. I don't disagree. I probably would too. I'd probably be buying Arrow also because it's Solana and Base right now. Those are the places where the interest is happening. If you believe in Ethereum, you're going to invest any way you can in the infrastructure of Base. If you believe in Solana, you're going to invest in Jupiter. You're going to invest in, there aren't as many options. I have a lot of conviction there too. I feel the same, Tori says, but some of the community has felt more aggro and it's been difficult to be around. Tori, I was really concerned when you said the other day that you felt chased off by the person on that call in Farhouse, and I'm really curious to learn more about that. I don't know if you elaborated in Discord, but I definitely feel like there's a I don't know. There's an unfriendliness sometimes that comes from insiders or people who perceive themselves as insiders. Often, this is the case in any technical community. I don't know what there is to be gained by gatekeeping or presenting yourself as like, these are the new kids, they're not as cool. Anytime you walk into a room with new people who may have been there just as long as you know what I mean? It's hard. So I really would like to know what happened. And I wish I could have been there to support you. I'm so sorry about that. Doom is here for the long ride. Hopefully we'll bounce back. Yeah, I hope so. Thoughts on API 3? I think it has potential this bull run. We could talk about it. Jupe is king. We should know a direction by the end of July. We should, but before July comes, know a direction inside yourself. Am I over leveraged? Am I underexposed? Am I allocating my attention and my assets in the right direction so that whether it goes up or down, I'm going to be in a good position to feel good, and whether we're talking money or social capital, come out in profit. You can do that for sure, whether the market's up or down. And I know you know that, Sonora, and I'm not chiding you. I'm just saying, let's do it. Aerodrome is the new velodrome. Aerodrome is the new Superdome. Come on in here, Lucy. Did you hear Lucy? She was just whining. Poor buddy. I know, it's the morning. You need a place to go and be on a show. Thoughts on Solana? It's Solana's run to win or lose. Solana is the most active blockchain by many metrics. It is the most valuable blockchain, therefore, by many metrics. It's an interesting place to be doing DeFi. It's an interesting place to be coming for the first time if you're just hearing about crypto from your friends and family, because it's easy for anybody to understand how they can start using crypto there right now, who already is if you're on the internet, you can use Solana to start experiencing cryptocurrency, and mostly in a way that makes sense. Even though it's probably not going to be the way most people use crypto in their day-to-day lives in the future, it's probably going to be speculating on a meme token. You'll be able to understand it, participate in it. It'll take you less than an hour to either make a decision about it one way or the other. And most people who are coming here because they're hearing about it from someone they know, like, and trust are going to have an experience that they say, well, that wasn't terrible, even if they hate it. Okay, let's see about API 3. Have I heard about this product before? I don't know. Now, API 3 friend, tell me, what do you think about it personally, and why do you like it or pay attention to it? What about it is interesting to you? You said you thought it was positioned to do well this bull run. Let's take a look. Oh no, you left and he came for me. That sounds like I don't mean to laugh at it, but that sounds like a sentence in a novel. You left and he came for me. But I came back in the room on mute and just cleaned. Oh, what a punk. Well, next time I see him in the metaverse, I'm going to clock him. With words. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the dip doesn't bug me at all either, Wally. But I am sympathetic for people that it does bug. Deeply sympathetic for that. I get it. Okay. Tori, Jupiter is the leading decentralized exchange on Solana. So the same way that Uniswap is like the exchange you go to turn your ETH into ETH on Base, or buy just about anything else you might want on Ethereum. I don't know if you ever used PancakeSwap, but that's like the leading DEX on the Binance chain. It's an alternative. It's a decentralized alternative to Coinbase, to Kraken. And Jupiter is the one on Solana. It's not the only one, but it is the leading decentralized exchange. It's got the most assets, the most attention, the most users, the most stuff you can do there. It is the New York City of decentralized exchanges on the Solana network, and partially because it's so darn easy to use. I think they just did perp trading there, which is when you can long or short an asset. I think they're releasing their own wallet or doing more to integrate with other kinds of wallets. They really don't just want to be a DEX. They want to be like an aggregator. They want to be a one-stop shop for people coming to Solana to access all the fun stuff to do there, like an airport terminal. Okay, so API 3. I'm gonna go to CoinGecko, and we can take a look at it. A market cap of 250 million, $250 million, placing it firmly in the top 250 crypto tokens by market cap, according to CoinGecko. A lot of its supply is in circulation. And looks like it lives primarily on the Ethereum network, I'm seeing. And let me just see. API 3 is an Oracle service that provides blockchain applications access to off-chain and real-world data. Its primary focus is creating decentralized APIs, which allow blockchain-based applications to interact seamlessly with data and services from the traditional web. Right. But my question now, it's got $12 million in trading volume, which is 50% up from a day ago. And when I look at the chart, I'm going to go look at it on a 7-day. Now, I'm not cool like DeFi Daddy to have the chart right behind me when I'm streaming. I got to do it the old-fashioned way, but hang on, we'll take a look at it. Now, let me see. Are you going to be able to see if it's going up, up? I don't know. What do you see? You see it like I see it. Okay, so the chart is a little bit red in the last week. And in the last year, let's see, because the token, it looks like it's been around for at least a year. Looks like it's had a good up year. People are paying attention to it. And all time, it looks like this token's been around since 2020. How interesting. So why did we go away and why are we coming back now is my question. And my other question is, obviously in a world of like industry, you have many people trying to solve the same problem. You've got your Verizons, who are your market leaders, and then you got your T-Mobile, who are not quite as expensive as Verizon, but almost as good. And then you've got Sprint, who is different from the other guys. And then you've got Mint Mobile, who's like the outlier and the cheapest of all, and that's their value proposition, right? And then you might have Cricket, who's a phone for poor people or just, drug dealers or whatever. No shade to poor people and drug dealers. I'm just talking about market positioning. Love you guys. Honestly, truly. My people. And this is everywhere, in every single market. You got this with rental cars. You got the Enterprise, and then you've got Hertz, which is, and so on and so forth. You get where I'm going with this. In the world of oracles, Chainlink, it's the Verizon. It is the one who has established its presence, its brand, its token, its market cap. People use it. It has gone so far out in front of everyone else to build infrastructure. I honestly can't think of another oracle that is well positioned to compete with it. In the sense that I would take them seriously if they said, we're coming for Chainlink. I'd be like, good luck. You know what I mean? Like, no one is on that level. They're just not. They're in a league of their own. But they certainly won't be the only oracle on the future internet, right? Especially if our whole thing is decentralization. We don't want one company owning everything. No. So it makes sense that there's going to be a need for other oracles. Talking about stuff like Supra. Talking about stuff like this, I guess, API 3. I don't know enough about this project. The next place I'm going to go to look is their website. But that's going to be my question, is like, what, guiding my whole research thesis here is going to be what distinguishes this from solutions that already exist, like Chainlink. That's number one at the top of my list. I know that because I've been here. If you are new here and you're like trying to do your own crypto research and wrap your head around the crypto space, one of the common use cases you will see for cryptocurrency tokens is Oracle services, integrating data on a blockchain with data off a blockchain. We have oracles now that bring information from online, not on a blockchain necessarily, in real life, and vice versa. It's how Kroger gets information about the lettuce it's sourcing into a database, and then from that database into its, the customers at its stores, that kind of stuff. If there's a recall, we want to know where the lettuce is from. Oracles help us do that kind of stuff. We call them oracles because, like the all-seeing eye, they connect these otherwise disconnected worlds. Okay? So this is a common thing you'll see. And if you're new to the blockchain space, you're going to be like, wow, this sounds important. This sounds like a real company. And this sounds like a real good use case for blockchain. Good to see you, Alex. Got your comment. Look forward to it. Take your time. You'll see this and you'll say, this looks like a real good use case for blockchain. I'm going to buy this. It's down right now. It's been here for 4 years. I'm going to buy this. Seems important. That's great. But something you'll learn as you've been here a while is that this is not the first oracle. Though there are oracles that will tell you they are the first, even though they're not, because they're trying to catch you. And you may not know to go look for Chainlink. So generally speaking, if you don't know, the first kind of step you might take is you would take the thing, the problem this company is trying to solve, and do a Google search for that. Blockchain oracle companies. If you see a crypto that's like, we are decentralizing AI with cryptocurrency, you're going to Google decentralized AI cryptocurrency, and so on and so forth. Decentralized physical infrastructure. Okay, great. I'm gonna type that in. And you're gonna look for other companies that are doing this. And my favorite thing to do is look for companies that have done this beyond blockchain. Because a lot of the time, people are just putting a crypto token on this stuff because that's hot. It's like a cute way for them to make money because it's trending right now. But a lot of this stuff doesn't really need a token. That's going to be one of the questions that guides my research for API 3 also. Why does API 3 need a token? And why do I need to buy it? Like, a token can exist to raise funds for speculators to generate hype around, but if its purpose is also to be used in the context of a business, then it's going to be really bad for that business if the token's price is too volatile, which is what happens when speculators get involved. And most of these narrative-driven tokens, whether it's RWA, DPIN, DSI, AI, whatever, you name it, most of the tokens that you see people talking about on TikTok that are the next big DPIN cryptocurrency, or I'm watching DSI and here's 10 projects, most of those companies, they have set up the token economics, the tokenomics, in such a way that people are speculating on and trying to use for a purpose the same token. And these two incentives often compete with each other. The companies usually raise a little bit of money in the short term because the hype of the narrative drives the price of their token up, and then often because the volatility of the token makes their purpose unsustainable. They lose attention, they lose money. The speculators are like, why haven't you built anything yet? The attention goes away, and then they're done. That is most of the time what happens when people create an incentive like that. So, generally speaking, whatever industry they're in, I'm going to Google that industry a little bit. Blockchain oracles, I'm going to see who the competitors are. Okay, I'm going to see what distinguishes a company from those competitors. And then I'm going to see, do they really need a token? And what's their token economics look like? And if the answer to that question is no, they don't really need a token, at that point, pretty much I can be confident this is totally speculative. This is a speculative investment at best. And then I start to ask myself things like, has it gone up yet? Because remember what I said earlier, every chart that's gone up and come down, there's a 50% chance that chart is never going up again. This token has been around since 2021. So I would also be looking at, like, what was their story last year? What was their story the year before that? Have they stuck to the same story this whole time? They're obviously well capitalized to have survived. Who is believing in them? Is it just they made a lot of money last time and got lucky, and now they're still here and can keep saying the same thing over and over? Or are they in fact really committed to a particular vision that they just needed time to work on? It's not necessarily a bullish indicator that somebody has been around a long time, but it's not a bad thing either. API 3, if you're still here, my friend, let me know what you think about that. And let me know if you have answers to any of those questions, because I am curious to know what you think about it. I'm not going to look any further into it. I just want you to know from my mind map, because it's not going to be helpful for me to tell you to buy or sell it, because I don't know what your goals are. I would say for me, honestly, just looking at it, knowing it's an oracle, knowing it's competing with Chainlink, knowing it's been here since 2021, and there are other products on the market, I just wouldn't invest more time and attention in it personally. I already have enough tokens that I'm deeply convicted in to feel like my investment bags are packed. And in terms of like projects I have the ability to dedicate love and focused attention to, I'm at my max. You know what I mean? And most of my investments are social capital, doing things like this, to explore apps early, to get to know the space. But I honestly would look at this, I might file it away in my brain. I probably will forget it when somebody brings it up weeks from now. That doesn't mean it's a bad investment. It doesn't mean it's a bad investment for you. But that's why I ask. I hope that was helpful to you. And I would definitely defer you to Mashiste, who says the definitive way to find out about a project is number 1, join the project. Do they have a Telegram? Go there. Number 2, WEN. Type it, hit enter, copy, paste, again. When utility, when token, when number go up, when. Founders love that. They just love that. In fact, you know, if you want to do something for the crypto space right now, we're down pretty bad. The numbers are red. I urge you to write a letter to maybe Brian Armstrong or Vitalik Buterin or heck, Jesse Pollock even, and say when. You know, we got to do that. It's important for our space. Have you written your representatives? When? Thanks, Mashiste. What's our Discord? The easiest, fastest way to find it is to go to www.theriseupmorningshow.com. You can remember that because it's the name of our show, followed by .com. Or after the show, you can tap my profile, and the link there in my bio has the link to our Discord. Excuse me, I'm sniffly. It's that ozone, man. We would love to have you. If you can't find it, if you can't join because the link doesn't work, sometimes that happens, then what you should do is just send me a DM. Send it, make sure you're following me because there are a lot of impersonators. And to be fair, I was asked to do this and I'm sorry I haven't done it yet. If you are new to this space, I want you to know, we got to say this, we don't say it enough. This is my only profile, my only account. I have about 60,000 followers. Alex, when he joins, has about 42,000 followers. That is his only account, alex.facelesslabs. I don't know if you can see it like I can. I see Alex on my little dashboard here. alex.facelesslabs. Conversations with Evan. These are our only accounts. We will never message you asking for how your trades are going, how the markets are treating you, just saying, hey bro. I don't ever open a conversation like that. And most of the time, I will never message you first personally unless I have indicated to you I am going to message you. Like about this Discord thing, okay? Anybody, whether it's me, whether it's Alex, whether it's Crypto Ragsy, whether it's Joshua Jake, whether it's Blockchain Boy, I don't care who it is that you follow, who messages you first, especially if you're in a lot of crypto rooms. If they're talking about the Great Financial Reset, if they're talking about the quantum financial system, if they're asking if you want to join their trading group, their platform, whatever, passive income, they got a trading bot. There are lots of popular scams. I can't possibly summarize them all. You just need to know it is a scam. I don't care what they're promising you. And that's the number one reason, maybe not number one. That's one of the top 2 reasons you should join a Discord community like ours or a community of some kind. Because I know not everybody loves Discord. But it is a helpful way, if you are unsure about something and you can't reach me, to just ping somebody in the Discord. Hey, I think Evan sent me a message. Is this legit? And I guarantee you, within a few minutes, somebody will have messaged you back and will say, no, this is a scam. Or, oh, yeah, it is. Because I had a friend, Brett, who he's in our Discord server, and I sent him a message because he was asking a question about signing up for a coaching. We offer coaching, we offer classes. Mostly we're not publicizing it a ton yet because I haven't got the good infrastructure yet for it. I'm not a great administrator. We're working on it in the back end. I'm really hoping it's coming this week because there are a lot of classes like scam alerts that we need to offer. But I reached out to Brett about it. I was like, hey, Brett, I know you asked. He's a premium member, so I want to give him like that extra, white glove touch. I messaged him personally, and he came on my TikTok live and said, Evan, was that you who messaged me on Discord? And I said, yes, it was. But just to make sure, send me a response back right now. And then, we talked, and it was me. There are lots of ways to verify, but the most important, best thing you can do is just don't answer them. If they're offering you something, it's probably a scam. Find me here. That's my profile. And at the link in my profile are all my good links, okay? I'm never going to try and sell you something unless it's a premium membership or a Rise Up Morning Show coffee mug. Like, that's it. There's no trading platform. And I promise you, no influencer anywhere has a trading platform with a bot they're trying to sell you that you can't go verify, okay? I'm sorry, I've talked about it too long, but we just had a friend in our community. I would love to interview her. I'm not gonna out her here, but she told that she lost a couple $1,000 this way, and before that I had a follower. The most recent biggest loss was I had a follower tell me about a scam that targeted them, and they lost $28,000. And it was a website that was, hey, deposit your money, we'll trade crypto for you, and you'll earn profit. You'll earn more profit based on how much you contribute. And they had all this social proof on the website, all these testimonials. Here's our team. Here are some dashboards that show the numbers we've made over time, like the money. 10,000 people have used our platform to make this much. If you invest this much, this is about what you can expect to make. Seemed very legit, right? They had a phone number, they had emails, stuff like that. But when you download their app or when you send money to their platform, even though you can see what's happening to your money, like you would look up in your crypto wallet or in your banking app, oh, my 400 turned into 500, I'm plus $100 or whatever. And even though they might say, hey, do you want to take some profit and send a little money to your bank account, they're doing that to earn your trust. There is no money, there is no trading platform. It's a computer program designed to fool you into sending more money. When you send more money, here's what happens. Eventually, you've sent so much and you've seen that profit number trickle up, you're like, wow, I think I'll go buy a boat now. And when you click to withdraw, you can't do it. So you message customer service and they say, oh, I'm so sorry, we forgot. Because you're in the United States or because it's after 5 p.m., you have to send us $500 and you can withdraw it instantly. Again, they're just trying to take more money from you. You invested $1, the first day you invested $1 in that platform, you lost all your money forever. There was never any trading platform. It was always a fugazi. There are people who set up websites like this again and again and again and use faces like mine to sell it to you again and again and again. And some people know it's a scam and some people don't. And a lot of those people, because they see the success, they see the numbers, they get taken advantage of, and you can never have that money back. I'm so sorry. Sonoran says, I get 10 of those a day at least. I know. Tell me about it. Thank you for posting the link, Tori. I love it and appreciate it. You want a coffee mug? Let me tell you, you can go to the riseupmorningshow.com and you can find the link to buy this mug. I will put it in the Discord. I think it's like $16 or something to get it shipped to your door. Depending on where you live, it might be $20. It is the official mug of the official morning show of the Financial Revolution. Coffee tastes better in the Rise Up Morning Show mug. It's dark, so people can't tell if you haven't washed it in a couple of days, which I like personally. And it features that awesome ghoul art by our friend Caio, the inimitable, hyper-professional Portuguese pantheon himself. I don't think you can describe a person as a pantheon, but I was looking for the alliteration. He is a phenom. Truly an awesome fellow. Really, and just a kind soul. So support the show, support Caio, and join an exclusive club of Rise Up Morning Show coffee mug holders. Literal holders. You can find it at the riseupmorningshow.com. And I actually think it's I think that the shop proper is hosted at my website, which is Conversations with Evan. Something like that. I also have stickers and shirts there that say, my mom thinks I work at Bitcoin, and we need to get some Rise Up Morning Show merch. Alex and I have been talking about it for a minute. Oh, Alex has requested to come up probably because he's trying to tell me when shirt. There we go. Check it out. And Sonoran, definitely send me that screenshot that you're talking about. If you're on Discord, we would love to see it there. Alex, welcome to the show.
Good morning. How loud is it?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it too loud?
No, it's not too loud. It's actually a little bit quiet.
All right.
Hey, there's that guy we know and love. Are you laying over or are you arrived at home?
No, I am not arrived at home hanging out in the airport. I'm in Minneapolis, I guess.
Is it really as small as it sounds?
What's that?
Minneapolis? Walked right into that one, didn't you?
I have. I've been up since 3:45, so you'll have to bear with me.
How was your weekend, man?
That was good. It was good. I need a vacation now. But it was good. I survived. Only slightly hungover, so not too bad. What's up, guys?
Real quick for a commenter while Alex is catching up to us from jet lag, etc. If you are trying to use base bridge, Sonoran, was that you or no, it was Ange. I don't know, Ange. The base bridge is no longer the base bridge. They just, like 2 weeks ago, they're directing people now to Super Bridge or Brid.gg. I can pop both these links in the chat. If you go to bridge.base.org, you will be redirected to the appropriate links. And in fact, I was really worried about it at first. I thought it was a scam. I was like, oh no, someone compromised the website and they're trying to steal my money. I went to Workdesk to verify it. So if you're not in the Discord yet, you can find it at my profile, his profile, or theriseupmorningshow.com. That's the platform we were talking about where you can go to verify if something is a scam. It's our trusted community where nobody's going to pick on you for asking a question. You can share links. You can ask a question on the show that's not limited by characters, a picture of your dog, whatever. I think Will just posted something silly about selling skin products there. And that's where we hang out. So welcome. My profile, his profile, theriseupmorningshow.com. We'd love to see you there.
Well, Mishise has outed himself that clearly I was not the smell problem because I left New York days ago. I was only there for 3 hours or so.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Alex smells
yikes.
good. Most of the time. If he just came
Sometimes.
from the room, he smells bad. But most of the time, Alex smells pleasant. I have been in
literal
his
shit.
Never once regretted it with my nose, anyway.
See? There you go. No, I was in northern Wisconsin for the entire trip.
Yeah, and apparently you had a killer Airbnb that I hope we're going to get some pictures of.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. I took a lot of pictures. I'll post a few in the Discord or something.
Okay, give us the TLDR. Was it like in nature? Was it in the city? Was it big? Was it like what made it so cool?
It was just it was an old farmhouse that they had put, and I would be curious to see how much this deck cost that they built around this house. If someone told me that they built it for less than $100,000, I would be impressed. Wow. It was incredible. Spent like almost the entire time sitting on that porch. So that was nice. It's on like 70 acres. You can walk all the way around. There's like a river that runs through the middle of it. And we were trying to figure out, how much this property costs. It was sold, land and all, in 2015 for $150,000.
Wow.
And I cannot imagine. It's just old farm stuff. It's all been there for the whole time. It's crazy. But anyway, it was good. It's very, very much out in the sticks. It really didn't have service or anything for the entire time. Wi-Fi was spotty, but it was cool. Just hanging out.
That's sometimes the best kind of trip to be on. When you're just connecting here. Now.
For sure.
I'm glad you got to do that. It was sounds like it was long overdue, and I'm sure your friends enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
Somebody asked, did Coinbase change their terms of service? I can't send money off the DEX to the DeFi wallet. I don't know. I can find out real quick. I wouldn't be surprised if they move stuff around a lot because they're always shipping products. I just got a Coinbase wallet. I thought I had a Coinbase wallet. Apparently what I have is a Coinbase account, which had the ability to custody tokens. I just the other day, for the first time, signed up for a Coinbase wallet to start doing stuff on Warpcast. Do you know, Alex, about the DEX?
I don't, but I would be surprised if they changed anything like that.
Yeah, but they've got the DeFi wallet. They've got, and let me know, is it a route you've tried before? Because sometimes it happens that it might be your credit card. If it's a credit card thing. It could be, and I'd just be curious to know, is there an error message? Because sometimes they give you an error message. Sometimes you just can't find the like feature to do it, but sometimes it's an error message that's like, we have detected you're in a region that, or you've been restricted as a cautionary measure or something like that. Let us know if you're getting an error message, Scott, from what it says.
Yeah, from what DEX? What DEX are we talking about here?
Yeah, and they've been sending money to Soulflare. Huh. Okay, Tori. See you there. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, let us know.
Anyways.
And before you joined, Alex, we were from Coinbase to Soulflare. Got it. Let me see. Could be a Soulflare thing. And let us know what kind of error are you getting. I'm just looking to see if there's any kind of known issue. And generally speaking, Scott, this is one of the frustrations you can expect to experience. We love Coinbase. Coinbase is great. We got customer service there. But one of the concerns people will say when something like this comes up is not your keys, not your crypto. It is a function of Coinbase that there will be some friction if they make a decision about their terms, their conditions, if their infrastructure changes. It's going to be tough for you.
So are you just trying to withdraw like money from a Coinbase account to your Soulflare wallet? Because I'm just mixing up. I thought you were trying to like send something from a DEX to a different wallet.
No, from the Coinbase DeFi wallet to Soulflare.
Yeah.
And he's saying, do you see this message? My account isn't the trading account, is the error message he's getting. Which leads me to believe, I haven't used
would email them
recently, and I can't because I'm on my phone talking to you, but I would be willing to bet they've made a change where now you have a holding account and a trading account. Probably like they do on KuCoin, Alex. You know what I'm talking about? Where you can only send funds cross-platform from one or the other. So Scott, double check and see if in the interface you've got a main account where your assets live, that you need to transfer assets from like trading account, main account. They probably have that kind of infrastructure. It's probably an update. And of course I'm just speculating here, but that's what that message sounds like, don't you think, Alex?
That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, I would check, and if you can't find anything about it, I would email, and then we could take a look later too and see if we can figure anything out.
And just a sec, I'm looking at Coinbase trading account. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Before I had the pleasure of your company, we were talking about just the markets being down and this being a good time to get conviction. And I was recounting some of the macro events, which are almost entirely bullish, as a way to say nobody's got a crystal ball. Even when things are going well for us, the price could be down for a variety of factors. So are you convicted? But I would love to know, Alex, if you have any insight in terms of macro things you're watching or paying attention to that could be causing markets up or down right now, or how to build conviction in either direction. I'm overexposed, I'm under leveraged, whatever.
Yeah, I would say, short term right now, Mt. Gox is paying people back, and we just got more news about that. So there's a sell-off.
Isn't that great?
Yep. Yeah, you got to remember, I would definitely expect more selling from that. Will just posted a video about it. So I would worry about that short term. Not that it really means anything in the grand scheme of things, because I don't know. It's just one of those things that is currently causing another crash. Last I looked, we were like down a little bit over 61 or something. Is that where it's sitting at right now?
We're like moving to 60, and people are like, Are we going to 50?
If we're going to 50, that means I bet I can get some real cheap Sol.
Man, wouldn't that be great too?
So yeah, I'm personally not upset about it because for selfish reasons, because I missed on being able to buy some of the stuff I wanted to buy earlier. I just didn't have any capital.
That's what I was saying.
But
Missed the discount sale.
yeah, no, I mean, this is one of those things too. Like, it can be hard to build conviction if you're just like getting started, because it is very easy to become over influenced by price action, and that's a little bit unfortunate. Um, I mean, really the only thing I have to say about that is you will become a little bit happier person if you buy planning for the long term, which honestly means you're going to buy a lot less stuff, and you just try not to pay quite so much attention to the day-to-day prices. Like, if you buy something and you're not planning on selling it tomorrow, why do you care what the price tomorrow does? But it's just because the second anything dips in price at all, you start to question the decisions that you made. Or if it goes up in price at all, then you question the decisions you made for different reasons. Didn't buy enough, and now you start trying to add on more at a different, higher price and all this other stuff. So nothing's going to screw you up harder than watching the price too closely. That was the thing that really stressed me out the most. My first bull run was I was too concerned about the day-to-day price, even though I was buying things trying to like plan on waiting at least a year. All of a sudden the price 20 minutes after I bought something became like the only thing I could think about, and it just stressed you out the whole time, which is no way to live.
Yeah, no way. If you're living that way, that's a good sign that you need to change something, because you can live at peace when the markets are up or down. I was saying, if anything, I feel a sense of urgency to accumulate more while I have the opportunity, because that's like where my conviction is. Solana would be a great accumulator. No joke. I don't know if you saw it. I just posted a link to a Coinbase help series of, a list of topics, mostly around buying, selling, trading crypto from their website. If you didn't see it, I'm glad to post it in the Discord server, Scott. Let me know if you're in there. I feel like I don't recognize this guy. In which case, if you are in there and I don't recognize you, boy, I'm sorry. But that's why you got to be in there, so I can get to know you better. It sounds like, if I had to guess, you have a trading account and a funding account. And there are assets in your funding account that need to be moved to your trading account to trade them on the Coinbase platform. And probably they need to be in your funding account to send them to another platform. That may be a change they've made. It may be that you need to update your app if you haven't in a while, because it sounds like this has never been a problem before. So that would be my guess. If you were being restricted, you would probably see a different type of error message. Either way, I know it's frustrating, man, and I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for you. If it's not on this Coinbase help site, which should take you only about 5 minutes to determine, I'd go ahead and send a message to customer service, because, like I say, that's the good thing about Coinbase, is they've definitely got that. I'm sorry you missed out on Wolf, but you're not going to miss out on life-changing wealth because, you missed one token. You're paying attention, and you'll catch the next one, man. There's always another one, That's the other thing about dips and little bull cycles or whatever, is like, whether it's up or down, there's always going to be another one, Feels bad to miss it. I wish I bought Sol at $8, but, it's okay. We're here now,
Yeah, that's an easy thing to wish, for sure. I'm right there with you.
What were we doing, man? What a bunch of yoo-hoos we were.
It was definitely okay. That's a really good example, actually, because I was staring at it at 8, and I could have easily gotten some. Could have easily,
man, yeah. I could have been buying a Sol a day.
could have easily been rolling stuff out of dumb shit into that or whatever. But the way that I was paying attention to it and thinking about it was very different. Because I knew that there were still people who were like, doing stuff and stoked about Solana. But I got very consumed by the broader messaging that, like, FTX's debacle has 100% killed that network, and there's no way it could ever come back. And then, of course, there was like mischaracterizations, plus the stuff that Sam actually did say in court that sounded sketchy, and I was just like, okay, well, I don't care about anything else. That sounds bad. I guess I won't get any. And the whole time, had you been looking in different places, you would have seen that people were still building stuff, moving stuff, doing stuff. Never gave two shits about the network going down or whatever, which has reshaped my thesis on that network. That none of the technical issues matter. Nobody cares. They care about other things. The aesthetics, the vibe of Solana has carried it from the depths of hell all the way now to, king of the hill.
The vibe and
And
the can I use it right now?
yeah,
Even if the network is down and you come back later and there's 3 clicks and you're doing something fun, great.
I mean, now you've got, who was it? Pantera Capital calling it, or saying that Solana has Apple vibes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was like, dang, man.
You've got Mithril shipping. You've got all kinds of other stuff coming. Fire Dancer's not even here yet. So
Yeah, we haven't even had Fire Dancer.
I don't know. I'm straying dangerously close to turning into a Soul Maxi, which means I need to calm down a little bit. But still, it's just hard. It's hard not to. I mean, I guess I'm pretty equal parts, all things base, and then I'm still very interested in the Avalanche gaming ecosystem, and I don't really find myself that curious about anything else right now.
No, me either. My conviction has narrowed and deepened, which I feel like is a sign of wisdom and maturity. Hopefully, that I've been here a while and I'm finally learning something,
Yeah.
Real quick, I do want to say a couple things to our friends in the chat. If you've got a crypto question, if you've got a comment to make, if you've been sitting on other influencers' lives asking them what to buy, or you're new here and you're concerned and skeptical about crypto, this is the right place to be. Alex and I were here Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, and you can catch us 24/7 in the Discord community at the link in our bios. Plenty of other ways to engage on YouTube with replays of the show, long-form tutorials. We've got the once weekly newsletter with the best, briefest bullets. We got a channel on Warpcast so that if you want to know what should I buy, you can just spend $5 and get the best alpha of your life directly from people who are building in the crypto space right now. We have got classes. We have got coaching. We have got coffee mugs. We've got it all, people. About the only thing we don't have is an illegal token that we're going to tell you is going to the moon. And I also want to tell you, because you're asking about it, a couple of personal updates, because we got a lot of friends here. Angel, it's always so good to have you. Somebody, you asked about my grandpa, but I want to share some other news too. That, life is so good. My family is good. I got the chance to go back to Michigan last week. Alex held down the fort to see my grandparents, who are both getting older, a little bit sick. But we're both doing really well, and we're both really happy to see me, and I got to help tremendously. I got to cook them some food. I got to do, young, strong guy things around their house, and just put my eyes on them and the love in my heart into their lives, and then receive the love they had for me. And it was such a blessing to my life. I got to see a lot of my family, and I get to tell a lot of my family about the exciting news that I get to share with you now, which is that if you have been a fan of the show for a while, or you've been hanging out with me and Alex, then you know that Alex and I, we both have wonderful families, but we've got great partners. My partner is my girlfriend, Kimberly, and we've been together for several years. She was my friend before we were together, and now I am excited to tell you that for the first time on the Rise Up Morning Show, I am appearing before you as an engaged to be married man. I asked Kimberly if she would marry me, and she said she would. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? This is like buying Bitcoin in 2009 on the black market before it even has a tradable value. This is a up-only investment, super rare, one of one. Can't find it anywhere else. And I'm just so glad to be able to share it with you guys today. So those are the personal updates. And if you like that kind
That's
of
a big
stuff,
one.
you're crypto with a side of humanity. I say all that to say this is a great place to get it. thank you for being the first community of people that I wanted to share the news with. Thank you, Alex, for being somebody that I, has seen that relationship, that I've talked to about, how can I be the kind of man who's worth marrying? How do I know all that stuff? I really appreciate that, man. And I appreciate all of you for the kind messages. I will take your words of wisdom. I always ask for good jokes, words of wisdom. If you've got words of wisdom for an engaged to be married man, send them my way.
Well, obviously, like I said, congratulations. It's very cool.
Thank you.
Very excited for you. I would like to be the first one to officially request the position of flower girl. So let me know where to buy my dress and where to be.
You joke about that, but that might be the kind of thing I've just got to do now for the culture.
You got to do it.
Oh my gosh. And I'm pretty sure once upon a time when you were picking on Kim about when are we going to get Kim on the Rise Up Morning Show, I'm pretty sure one of the things she said was when Evan asked me to marry him, I will come on the show. I may be dreaming that. Honey, if you're watching right now or you can hear me in the next room, can you confirm? Because if that's the case, I'm going to need to know.
We'll get her on the show. We'll get her.
Yeah, we'll get her on the show. The marriage edition. Yeah. Thank you for all the kind words.
Shit. It was so funny. Right, like 2 seconds before you said that, and all of these wonderful congrats came through, someone asked a legitimate question.
Yeah, I just got married. If you have a real crypto question, I see. Maybe it's Mary about the mug and the mailing address. That's a legitimate question.
No, I did
say. If
you're
trying to buy a mug and it won't accept your mailing address, let me ask you this: are you buying it on the TikTok shop? Because the TikTok shop, I just got to take that thing down. Me and TikTok shop have never gotten along. We probably never will. Just splashed myself with coffee. The place to get it is going to be at, I think it's at theriseupmorningshow.com. Let me check right now. And if it's not, it'll be at my personal website is where the Shopify store is linked. The Rise. And, if we have an e-commerce expert in our audience and you want to help the community, you can, you can jump in the Shopify store and fix it. Because it's really just a hope and a prayer right now. It's internet magic that's happening. It's on the riseupmorningshow.com. You can buy a coffee mug right there. Hey, Mary, let me know if that's where you're trying to buy it. If not, go to the riseupmorningshow.com. So if that's not the question, maybe we'll see it a little further back, Alex.
It was whether or not you could see the supply of Bitcoin that is available.
Oh, like available to be purchased or available to release into circulation still?
So I would say, I'm not sure exactly which one they meant, but the answer is yes to every single one of the possibilities. So obviously there are only going to be 21 million total ever, based on mining rates and the future halvings. It is predicted that the final Bitcoin will be mined sometime in the year 2140. So we got a little while to go. Not an event that, unless there is some insane scientific breakthrough, any of us will be around to see. But by the time, how many halvings between now and then? So, the rate at which people will be accumulating Bitcoin from mining at that stage is, can't even imagine. That's a weird thing to think about, is like, where will Bitcoin be at 2140?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Imagine how many people are going to be standing around that faucet trying to get a drink,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But yes, you can also, just looking on, Bitcoin's Blockchain Explorer, you can see exactly how many are in circulation, which obviously can tell you exactly how many are left to be mined, just subtracted from 21 million. There's probably also some pretty good counters that kind of give estimates on how many are considered to be lost, or are in dead wallets that haven't moved in how many years, stuff like that. So I guess it really depends which money you're looking at.
Yeah, and we were talking about this Thursday, and I feel like Were you not there some of the time? I think it might have just been me and Will a little bit for this conversation. He was talking about, we were talking generally about like how much Bitcoin is enough was the question somebody asked. And I think what they meant is like, how much should I be accumulating if I want to be financially free or if I want to operate in the Bitcoin system or whatever. And, the answer we kind of arrived at is, first of all, Will said there are probably millions of Bitcoin that have been lost forever. So there's less than 21 million in circulation. And there are less Bitcoins than there are millionaires in the world. And if you divide the available Bitcoin supply among all the people of the earth right now, it's like 0.001 Bitcoin per person or something like that. I could do it again. I think I put it in the newsletter, but it's not even a whole Bitcoin. Like you're still early in terms of if you believe in Bitcoin and have conviction in Bitcoin, it's a good time. It's good to even have the little Satoshis, which are like the pennies of Bitcoin, are increasing in value on par with Bitcoin all the time. So let me see what I can find that number again. 21 million.
So the next question, how does it get progressively harder to mine, and would quantum computers speed that up? I cannot answer the quantum computer part, but I can certainly get an answer to it. That would be a good question for.
What's your friend's name? Your quantum.
Yeah, Anna. Yeah. So I can ask her and see if she can answer that's the second part of your question. But the first part is just how it gets progressively harder. That is what the halving does. That is the nature of the halving, is to increase the difficulty of the math problem that everyone's computers are solving in order to be rewarded in Bitcoin. The code there just basically, I'm trying to think of a simpler way to say it to make it sound less technical, but every 4 years a halving happens. It's written into the code. It's something you can go read. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, honestly, the Bitcoin white paper is a great read. If you haven't read it, it's not terribly complicated. It is a great GPT read. Like if you have a question, GPT can answer it for you.
And I guess technically the process itself is not getting harder to do. The process of mining stays the same. The thing that the halving changes is how much Bitcoin you are given for doing the thing. So you could say, sort of, that it becomes twice as hard to get Bitcoin through mining every 4 years as it was the previous 4 years. But really, that's not entirely accurate. It's just you're just going to be earning half as much as you would for doing the same amount of work. So you would need to increase the number of computers that you had working on mining in order to maintain, your current levels of earning. And I'm curious. I don't have an answer to this either, but I would be curious to see the huge mining companies like I can't remember the names of. I'm extremely tired right now, so bear with me here. I'm forgetting all sorts of names, but all the big miners, Evan, I know we were watching a bunch of them on the halving day when we were watching the blocks roll through.
Oh yeah.
I'd be curious to see how much they expand operations, in prep for the halving and stuff like that.
Yeah, so okay, I have two answers, and this is a GPT answer to the quantum question. This is two different. This is a GPT and also from a resource called Penny Lane AI, which is just a blog. So take it for what it's worth. But they both say more or less the same thing, that while quantum computers obviously have advantages over traditional computers that could potentially speed up mining, they are not necessarily going to make mining easier because it's not necessarily a task that quantum computers are better at doing more efficiently. Quantum computers are much more costly than, to maintain a quantum state requires all kinds of, in Bitcoin, it consumes a tremendous amount of energy, produces a tremendous amount of heat. And so it seems like, one, we need more information. Two, we'd have to do a lot of experimenting to find the ideal conditions under which quantum computing could reduce energy consumption costs, time to mine, increase efficiency, etc. That's your short answer for that. And then I wanted to give some context to what you said, because there is a difficulty adjustment. And I don't know how it works. I can ask GPT, but they have this goal that like every like 2,000 blocks, they have a goal for every block to be mined in about 10 minutes. And the algorithm, based on how this 2,000 set of blocks has been, listen to me try and explain this. Based on the last 2,000 blocks, the algorithm makes a decision. Is this hard enough? Should it be easier? And adjusts. 10% either direction kind of thing. Makes it harder, makes it easier to solve in more or less time. Go ahead, Alex. What were you going to say, brother? Oh, maybe he was just saying I'll be right back. But the new difficulty level is applied to the next 2,000 or so blocks. And then if they don't solve it in 10 minutes, each block is, if it takes more than 10 minutes on average to solve, or it takes less than 10 minutes on average to solve, then the difficulty will change again. And I'm trying to see here, I'm going to ask GPT, what is the specific math of the difficulty adjustment? Because I honestly don't know. Yeah, everything I just said to you. That's all. That's what I already said, GPT. The difficulty is adjusted every 2016 blocks. The interval typically takes about 2 weeks, assuming blocks are mined every 10 minutes, which is the target time. For the 2016 block interval, the target time is 10 minutes per block, right? About 2 weeks. So it calculates the actual time, compares it to its target time, and adjusts the formula. If the actual time is less, it means blocks are mined faster than expected, so difficulty increases. Yes, but how does difficulty increase? Oh, it's not telling me. Interesting. Okay, well, sorry. GPT didn't answer that question. Come on, ChatGPT. But generally speaking, Alex had a point about how many people are in the network too. So more miners and better technology means more competition, more energy is expended, and hypothetically, over time, therefore, the algorithm is going to adjust to make the equations harder to solve, because there are more people using more energy and more power to solve them, which you would expect would mean they solve them quicker. Oh, Alex got booted. Dang, let's get him back. Okay. Harder difficulty, Machiste says, means a more specific pattern to find. Yes, in short, the Bitcoin algorithm is just a number guessing game, a pattern or number guessing game. So all these computers are just trying to guess random numbers. And the more computing power you have, the more numbers you can guess in a shorter amount of time. And therefore, the more likely you are. It's like swinging a bat at a baseball you can't see. If you've got 1,000,000 arms to hold 1,000,000 bats and swing in 1,000,000 directions, then you're more likely to hit the ball than somebody who's just one person swinging one bat in one place. I don't know. Maybe there's a better, or what do you think, Alex?
Sorry, hang on.
Oh,
I'm not sure why it booted me.
And I'm catching up with comments too, so
okay.
My apologies, people.
Ask me, what did you just say? Sorry.
I don't know. I was just talking about hash. I was answering the last question about how more miners. We were talking about the difficulty adjustment. We were talking about how also more miners, more competition. So the algorithm adjusts in favor of harder over time. I had looked it up with you. You didn't miss anything. Okay, I'm catching up.
So, Rye, if you sent me something in Discord, bear with me. It should be later today that I'm finally able to sit down and go through all the DMs and everything. I always tell people, if you DM me, Discord is much easier for me to get to. So I'm sure that I'll see it later today. If people DM me on TikTok, it's going to take a while. My DMs here are a nightmare. Yep.
Yeah, and we prioritize responses to people on Discord too, especially anybody can come in there and ask a question, join the conversation for free. But if you are like a member of the accelerated learning community, the premium member, like that's the top of the line hotline. We answer those people first. Only person I answer faster is Kimberly, or maybe Alex. Somebody asked this, Alex. can't all the big money just buy all the available Bitcoin available now, though? And I think you might have started to address it, but I wanted to say something about that, which is even if Michael Saylor or Elon Musk were to buy all the Bitcoin right now, what that would do is there would be an increasing incentive for them to sell it, because that's what it is. It's a measure, a store of value. And if people can't get it, they're going to demand it. And miners are going to be unlocking more into the system. Even if Elon has all the available supply, the miners are still bringing more into existence. And so what's going to happen is people who want it are going to be willing to pay more for it because it's more scarce. Even Elon, if he wants to accumulate more of it, is going to have to go directly to the miners who now have a even more limited supply, and they are going to be incentivized to sell it at a higher price. So, somebody could buy up all the Bitcoin, but it's just going to, it's not going to keep you from being able to get it if you want to and can pay enough for it.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Catching up, people.
Yeah, so, Christine, there's nothing really to say that the entire bull run is over. That kind of talk and feeling and panic that you're experiencing usually happens at times like this. I would encourage you to look at the charts for 2021. The last time we were in like a good rip, at exactly this time of year, we had a way worse crash and correction than we're currently feeling, and it came back in the fall. And historically, in a halving year like this one, you really don't start to see any serious movement until the end of the year. And there is some pretty decent, I guess, macro financial data to suggest that we might not really see a resuming the up direction until maybe August. Will was talking about that in one of his newer videos, and I'm sure he can go over it in more detail tomorrow. But in a halving year, typically, halving happens. We kind of crash a little bit. We go sideways for months, and then October, November, December, things start to pick up and turn around, and then into the following year is when things start to go. And that's definitely a time that you would really want to be paying close attention and taking money off the table if it's not something that you want to keep for a really long time. So I would not say that you've missed anything. I would just say that if right now you did not take profits and you're down on something, and it's something you bought for a reason and you don't need the money right now, you just have to adjust your time frame, and now you got to get yourself into the mindset to hold on for a little bit longer than maybe you were originally planning. Maybe that's not the worst thing in the world, but that's kind of one of those things that you can only answer for yourself. Do you need the money that you invested? Did you invest more than you should have? All that sort of stuff,
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer, man. And Angel said, thank you, because the charts last bull run looked the same. Honestly, maybe even a little worse. It's a good reminder that timing the market, like trying to buy or sell at the top or the bottom, is tough. Even people who are here chronically, every second of every day, they really don't do that. Michael Saylor, somebody mentioned in the comment, thank you for pumping our bags. Michael Saylor is not trying to buy, sell every time it goes up or down. He's mostly just buying extra when it goes down. And if he does sell, it's at a pretty high point when we're all feeling like, wow, this is a up only moment. But I don't know if he really has sold more than has he sold in a significant way?
No.
I don't mean to say his fund. I don't think his fund has sold it. I don't think MicroStrategy maybe has ever sold it. I don't know if they have. I have to Google it real quick. But probably got a personal wallet.
I'm sure that they have, but not publicly. They have never talked about selling. And people are keeping a pretty close eye on MicroStrategy's Bitcoin holdings, and they're pretty public about a lot of it. Saylor is constantly talking about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and his statement on the record is, I am never selling Bitcoin. But they have, according to the record, they have sold dollars at least once for tax purposes.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, honestly, truly.
Yes.
But
I would personally be more afraid of him never selling than I would of him selling.
Oh, 100%, dude. Absolutely. Absolutely. If there's anybody in the network to worry about, people talk about Coinbase. I get it. I'm worried about Coinbase too. I'm worried about old Michael Saylor. Um, I'm worried about old Michael Saylor. Is somebody trying to hijack an airplane there, Alex?
Oh, I can mute. No, it's just
I'm just picking on you.
one of those little luggage carts.
How cold is it where you're at? Are you in Minneapolis, or just
I'm
the
in
airport?
Minneapolis. Yeah, no, I'm just at the airport. I didn't even think to look at the weather. Like I said, I woke up at 3:45. This last flight was very short, so I slept for probably 30 minutes on that one. Um, hoping to sleep more on the next one because it's a little bit longer.
Oh man,
But
nothing like airplane sleep. I don't know what it is about that stuff. It just hits different, dude. You know? Yeah,
yeah, it's
sailors.
definitely colder than my house. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 8:30, which means we're at about the 90-minute mark. I am thinking let's start winding into a close by saying if you have last minute questions, good jokes, words of wisdom, this is the time for them. We'll answer a couple more. Alex, when do you have to hop on a Skybird? Do you have a couple more minutes?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. Then leave us kind of your last questions. Let us know what you're thinking about this week. And I want to remind you again, two things. First, jump in the Discord. You can find the link for that and everything else related to the show. My profile, his profile, theriseupmorningshow.com. And I want to remind you too, if you're not following us, please do just take a quick look at our profiles. This is my only account. This is Alex's only account. He's got about 42,000 followers. I got about 60. I've got the picture, the bio. The scammers will impersonate all those things. But you should be following us if you're paying attention to this space, because those scammers will be paying attention to you. They will reach out to you. They will try to ask you how the market's going. They'll say, "Hey bro," they'll try and sell you their trading platform. It is easy to get caught up in the FOMO and get scammed. Simplest, safest thing to do is be connected to us. Jump in the Discord. It's the first line of defense. If you're even a little curious or sure, if you're thinking about clicking that link, before you send money, post about it there. Tag us. Let us know somebody has reached out to you. It's a scam. These are our only accounts. We're never going to ask you for money unless you want to buy one of these coffee cups. And who could blame you, honestly, because it's a badass mug. We're not going to do it. Okay? Stay safe out there, people.
Yeah, it's really just safe to. It's the safest thing. You're not going to miss out on anything. It's the safest thing. If anyone DMs you, it's a scam. Ignore every DM.
That's one thing. Saw the sweatshirt. Yeah, it's cold where Alex is because he's in the airport. If you can't sleep on a plane, I am so sorry for you. You're missing one of the great joys of life. Honestly, truly. Linda, thank you for supporting the show with the mug, and thank you for your kind words about the engagement. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we for this group, it's not just this group, Amsfar, it's this group of cryptocurrency investors. You should see, I think Calvin Hill has as many impersonators as he has followers, which is saying something, It's rough.
Yep. Yeah, those are. I get followed by a lot of them. I block as many as I can catch, but there's just too many.
Yeah, pro tip, if you're a Gen Xer trying to get to 10,000 followers on TikTok, join Calvin Hill's live a couple times a day, and in just a few days, you'll be there.
Yep, that's it. Just drop into crypto lives and say hi, and you will get followers every time.
That's the hack. I'm new. Help me make money in crypto, and boom, 10,000 followers, baby. Thank you, Amsfar. So it's another week. The news is mostly good, even if the charts are down. Don't fret about it. Don't sweat about it. And if you are fretting and sweating about it, then take this moment to pause, build some conviction, build some friendships. It's okay. Machiste said, "I can't believe we were talking about engagement life on Saturday. This is great news." Yeah, I couldn't tell you then. I didn't know who was watching, and I hadn't done it yet. And honestly, I just told the guys about it yesterday when I was going to do. I told my family about it recently. I have been building conviction to make this decision for a long time. I really have known since I met Kimberly that, she was the one for me, or nobody was. And It is just the culmination of much thought, effort, growth. I had a conversation with Alex, about it a while ago, where I was just, I think for a long time I was looking for external sources of validation about, like, is this the right thing to do for my relationship? And I realized the right thing to do, if I believe in us, is to make the commitment. Like, when you become the king, you are not ready to be the king. You learn to be the king by wearing the crown and making the tough decisions. When you marry somebody, I am starting to realize, as somebody who doesn't know, you just don't know. But the decision comes before the knowing, is the light bulb I have had that people who are wise seem to be telling me. And if I really trust Kimberly and I really trust myself and I really, know that that's what we want, then I just got to do it. Seems simple, but it took me a while to build the conviction to arrive at that decision. And I'm so glad she said yes. I knew she was going to say yes, although she was like, "Is this really happening?" I took her to the spot where I first told her I had feelings for her, on a date we've been planning for like weeks. We went to see a movie first, and then we went to the spot, and she didn't know it was happening until it was happening. And then she said, I was trying to, like, oh, this is happening. And in that sense, it was it was not, there were no fireworks, there was no flash mob, we didn't have a million video cameras come out. So in that sense, it wasn't like a momentous parade of an occasion, but it was perfect. It was perfect. And I feel like it couldn't be imperfect, because it was us. Anything could have happened. A bird could have pooped on my face and it would have been perfect. But thank God that didn't happen, because then she probably wouldn't have wanted to kiss me. But yeah, it was good. It was good, and now we've got to get Alex a flower girl dress. So pics are
We do.
apparently.
We do.
Yeah, and Machiste is right about this. How is the hardest part? Alex, how did you propose to Christina?
We mutually agreed to get married via email.
The way you say that.
I was deployed. I was 250 miles offshore on a boat, floating around in the ocean, and there's no service. There's very weird internet, so we had this just back and forth email chain, and my allowance of computer time every day would usually spend talking to her, and we just agreed that it was the best thing to do.
Did you see what Machiste said? He airdropped her a proposal. Classic.
Yeah, it was it was not super romantic.
Oh my gosh. Lucy she does not have a dress, although I think if I had to get her a dress, I'd get her a little blue cornflower dress. But she does have this sweet little pearl necklace that, gets broken out on fancy occasions. And she really does look like quite a lady in it. And now I've got Ricky the dog. And I think, more than wear a dress, I think Ricky wants to marry me, is what he wants to happen. I think, Ricky, if he could live in my body, he would. He's just my best guy. But Lucy's my, ride or die girl. So Alex will probably have to wrangle her, because, maybe Lucy will be the flower girl with him. They'll be flower girls.
We'll be co-flower girls.
Co-flower girls, yeah. And somebody said, ask for Bitcoin on our wedding registry. Yeah, that would be fantastic. Crypto played a huge role in my proposal, Machiste said. I would love to know. I would love to know. And K. Mary says, my husband just turned to me during plane night and said, we should get married. I love it. Grinded for a year on crypto side jobs to get a ring. Was very good to get it. Oh, man. I love that.
That's cool. Yeah, no, as Evan is getting engaged, I just celebrated 10 years on the 13th. Not the 14th. 13th. Christina's not watching. It's okay.
I was like, dude, 10 years, man. Congratulations. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Proof of how tired I am, because
I have spent time around Alex and Christina, and I think they do a really good job of not just making it work for them, but I think you guys are a good example of the kind of stuff you can do with another person. You know, you guys make a real difference in the lives of a lot of people, and help each other make differences. I think. I think the support that two people can have for each other. I didn't understand before. I was a big proponent of, they say if you want to go, what do they say? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think sometimes I get frustrated by going far together because I want to go fast. But, you guys are a good reminder, and I have a lot of other good reminders in my life of two people really can support each other to do more than one of them could do alone in a lot of ways. You know. You guys are feeding and watering Jordan and keeping him alive, which I'm sure is a two-person job sometimes.
Yes.
As he continues to grow.
That is true. But no, yeah, that's proof of how tired I am. Because of course I know I was married on Friday the 13th, and we do a little Friday the 13th anniversary every time it comes around. I don't know when the next one is. I have to look. We've had one this year, I think. That sounds right. We've had one this year. Anyway,
that reminds me, I've got a water Robert. Yeah. Well, then that's my final joke word or wisdom is I am quite literally well met.
Yes.
And if you are not in the Discord yet, jump in there. If you're not following the account to stay safe, if you can't get in the Discord, send us a message. But we're going to be back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Alex will be home. I will be here. All that's missing is you. What are you thinking, brother? You got a kind of a good quip, joke, thought, something cute to say?
There's nothing quick right now. Just, I'll be back to normal tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then.
Okay, cool. Let me know when you make it home, and let's definitely. I'm working on stuff today to finish up getting classes populated. Stay tuned for that. I'm hoping that we can have channel-specific announcements. How dumb does that sound? But I want our premium members to get first access to sign up to some of these classes. They'll get it for a couple of days. Then hopefully everybody else will get it. We'll have a scam alert class. We'll have a portfolio principles class where you can sit down in a conversation with me and Alex, and maybe one of us, some of us, the community will get together and go through some of this stuff. And you'll get to keep the recording forever. You'll get to ask us questions. And some other goodies are coming soon too. Maybe we can, if I make good progress on it today, maybe we can put some nails in it tomorrow during our co-working, yeah? Yeah, so stay tuned for that. That's coming. But we'll tell you all about it on the show, which will be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, yeah.
I did think of one last thing.
Okay, good.
Right to Rug Evan right before we switched it out.
That was perfect timing, man. I was ready to send us.
I will share the link later in Discord, but I'll be on Sam Stefanina's Twitter space again tonight.
Oh yeah, that's all the gaming founders, etc. Yeah. Please do share that. It sounded like it was a great conversation last time. I was sad I missed it. I will definitely be there to support you.
So I will drop the link in the Discord later before we get there. It's at 4.
And what's the 30-second pitch on it? It's what kind of space is it? Who should be there?
Bunch of really smart Web3 people talking about trends in Web3. Lots of gaming focus, but other stuff is mentioned, of course. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be there tonight, but it's usually a pretty good lineup.
Who should attend as a listener, is what I mean.
Literally anyone who's interested in Web3 and wants to learn more about it and wants to learn more about it in a sense of not what to buy, but like, why does it matter? It's this shit we talk about. It's very similarly aligned. If you like this, you'll like that.
If you like this, you'll like that. That's a good pitch. Where and when? It's going to be on Twitter, and Alex is dropping the link in the Discord imminently. Expect it there. If you're not in Discord, you can tap my face, tap his face, or visit theriseupmorningshow.com to find the link. And if for some reason it doesn't work for you, just send me a message. I'll get you in there. And it sounds like this is a regular thing, Alex. Usually the panel, they meet Tuesdays on Twitter. Yeah?
Twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay, great. Cool. So go check Alex out. Support him over there. let those people know he can draw a crowd. We'll be there, and maybe I'll raise my hand and try to ask an intelligent question, and I'll be like, I'm Alex's friend, and they'll be like, wow, Alex, your friend is nice. So stay tuned. We'll have that link coming for you. And if you miss it, we'll recap it tomorrow on the show, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will see you there. Stay well, be safe, and until then, my friends, rise up.